I teach Pop-Pilates.
So Yuka, let's start off with, first of all, I want to thank you for coming here this morning. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
This is your day off, right?
I'm freelancer, so I go like many gyms.
Oh, you go many
just
gyms?
To teach class.
Do you teach every day?
Here?
No, but I mean every day of the
Every
week.
day, yes.
Saturday and Sunday too?
Saturday, no. I have 2 days off.
You have 2 days off, okay. So where were you born?
I'm born in Tokyo.
You were born in Tokyo? Where?
Actually, I grew up in Shibuya-ku.
Okay. You grew up in Shibuya-ku. And now you still live in Tokyo, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have one brother, one sister.
And how old is your brother? Older or younger? Are you the oldest?
I'm the middle one.
Middle one.
Older sister and younger brother.
How many years older is your sister?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Are you guys close?
Yeah, kind of. Not so close, but we don't fight each other,
You don't fight.
but not super close.
When you were young, did you fight?
When I'm young, yes. I think every siblings.
Really? I think a lot of siblings do. That's true. I guess so. So now, you're not married, you're single.
I'm married.
You're married. Do you have children?
No.
Okay. Is your sister married?
No one married in my family. Just
Except
me,
for
yeah.
you, just you. So tell me, how are mom and dad? Are they doing okay?
Yes.
They're doing good?
I think so, yeah. They're very active. Like, they have many hobbies more than us because they have more time.
Because they retired?
Yep.
What did your father and mother do? What kind of work?
I think she used to work office worker, but she already quit when I was a kid.
Okay.
And she still work little, but just like part-time job.
Right.
And my father used to work at consulting firm, but he retired. Now like just few times a week working at the park, like a relaxing job.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They're not that old, are they?
They're 63, 4.
Okay.
Not sure around there.
So tell me, when you were growing up in school, in elementary school, were you more active or were you more the type that read and wrote, studied more?
I think I was much more active than studying more.
And throughout school, basically?
Yeah.
What kind of sports did you like when you were in school?
When I was like really little, I wanted to try everything.
Right.
And when I was like a junior high, teenager, I did basketball.
Okay.
And also like Naginata.
What?
Naginata, which is like a Japanese, like kind of budo. Do you know kendo?
Kendo, yes.
It's
yes.
like a kendo,
Right.
but much longer, like more than, I think, around 2 meters.
Okay. What do you do with it? Same thing? Try to hit each other?
Yes.
It's called Naginata.
Yeah.
Why haven't I heard of that? Naginata. Do you wear the same kind of clothing as kendo?
Yes, but we also have a shin guard.
Shin guard. Because you can hit on the legs too?
Yes.
That's an old Japanese art?
I think so.
Like
Like
kendo.
in like jidaigeki, in the movie,
Yes.
normally like women use more.
Okay, then men.
Yeah.
Is it really a heavy pole?
No, it's wood.
It's wood pole?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not heavy? It's very light?
I don't think so heavy.
Well, in kendo, it's bamboo.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, but this is wood.
Wood, but in the top, like a knife part. In the real one has a knife, right? But for sports one has a bamboo in the top.
This is Chinese? You see it in China where they...
Yeah.
I think I've seen
Yeah.
it before.
My one is Japanese, but they have a very similar one.
Very similar one.
Yeah.
That's this Naginaga.
Yeah.
Naginaga. Do you still do it sometimes?
Not at all.
Okay. So you did this in junior high or
That was in high school.
in high school you did that? What subjects? I know you were more active, but what kind of subjects did you like in school?
Of course, PE.
Okay, you like PE. But what part of PE did you like?
I like more like a ball sports than like a running.
Okay. Like what were the ball sports? Like soccer? Did you have soccer when you were young?
Just little. More
Just
like basketball
basketball.
or handball.
I see. So the other kind of things did you like? What kind of academics did you like? You had to do something. Did you finish? You finish? Did you go to college?
I went to university.
University. Okay. So what subjects did you really study in high school that you thought about, that you liked?
I think like history.
You liked history?
I think so. That time I didn't think, but now I think about like looking back, like I didn't like that one, I didn't like that one. History was okay.
You weren't so much, you didn't, but you did all of them, but you didn't, it didn't stick because you were just doing it to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? You felt like that? What about your sister? Was she more academic or was she more sports-minded?
I think she was more academic.
More academic. What about your brother?
He as well.
You were the one that liked really sports more than anybody else.
Yes.
Because what do you teach now anyway? You teach yoga?
I teach Pop-Pilates, which is like a music Pilates. And
is that a new thing? Is that new? It's called Pop-Pilates.
Yes.
Is this new? Pop-Pilates. I just knew Pilates when it first came out.
I think new, but not super, like 5-10 years, I guess.
Okay. Because Pilates, I believe, originally was developed for dancers that had injuries.
Yes, yes.
Right? In Colorado.
Yeah.
Right?
But not so old. Pop-Pilates is compared to that one classical, it's new.
It's new.
Yeah.
Right. And how long have you been doing that?
About 4 years now.
4 years. What got you interested? Did you do anything before that?
I used to teach trampoline.
Okay, I'm going to get into that for a second. You taught trampoline.
Yes, but not like a sports trampoline, more like fitness trampoline.
You mean rebounder?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because but it looks like a because really trampoline, that's Kikai Taiso. Right?
Yeah.
Because I was going to get into it because I was a gymnast.
I see.
And I worked out at Nitai Dai.
Yeah,
with Tsukahara and Gushiken. Yes. So you did rebounders.
Yeah.
Where you'd bounce and do the stuff
yes,
like that.
Exactly, yeah.
That's the first thing you started doing?
For fitness, yes.
Okay. What made you decide to get into fitness? Okay, let's go through college. When you were in college, what subjects did you study? Because I know can just...
My major was international studies.
Okay, why?
Because that time I was not interested in fitness. I was more like interested in tourism or hotel. And when I need to work at hotel, I need to speak English, and I better know the culture of other country. That's why I chose the international studies.
Had you done anything like that before then?
Like international studies?
Or speaking English?
Speaking English. Actually, I chose the course of English course in high school.
Starting when? The first year of high school?
Yeah, my high school had like several courses since the beginning.
Okay.
And my course was English course.
From the beginning?
Yeah.
But junior high school, you spoke no English?
No.
And you decided to come in at high school. What made you decide you wanted to do English in high school?
I think just curiosity.
Did you like American movies or?
Yeah, that's true, yes.
Did you like any American manga or anything like that?
I often watch the TV series.
Like what? That you remember?
Like Full House.
Full House, okay.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't remember, but in TV, like around evening, every day is showing some TV series from US that I was almost watching every night.
Okay. So you really wanted to learn English. Did you have any friends that spoke English?
No, that time, no.
At all?
No.
But you lived in Shibuya.
Yes, that's true.
You saw foreigners all the time. A lot of times.
Yes.
You saw a lot of foreigners. Yeah. But you never had any foreign friends. Did you ever go for Homestay in the US or to Australia?
I went to Homestay in England, but that time I was in high school.
In England?
Yeah.
Europe?
Yes.
England, okay.
Yeah.
And how long did you stay?
The time was just 2 weeks.
By yourself or did you have a group?
group. Like in high school, my high school need to send all English course students to the England for 2 weeks.
Okay. And you went?
Yeah.
But you guys only spoke in Japanese?
That's true.
With each other, and then a few people heard some English, and the people who were brave enough will say something to somebody who was English.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So how did you feel about that?
But that time was like everything was new for me. So I feel like I want to speak more. Then I studied more and decided to study international studies in university.
When you went to university.
Yeah.
When do you feel like you started feeling like, oh, now I understand English?
That's a difficult question because I was studying more than high school when I was in uni.
You studied more in high school than you did in uni?
No, I studied more in uni.
In uni than you did in high school? Because in high school you're still doing sports, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I didn't feel like I can speak English when I was a university student. After graduate, I went to Canada. That time I started feeling I can maybe communicate.
How long did you stay in Canada?
1.5 years.
By yourself?
Yes.
To do what?
I studied there too.
So you went to university there?
Like business school?
Oh, business school? Okay, what was that like? When you got there, how good was your English by the time you got there?
I understood grammar, but I didn't get used to speak English yet. Okay. So like, if I think I can make a conversation, I can make a sentence, but it took time at the beginning. So in the beginning it was hard. Like, all the textbook was English and teacher taught me English, so it was quite hard in the beginning.
So did you have any friends or someone that you became a friend and then finally somebody I can talk with and learn?
That's right.
Who was it?
In the beginning, I made a friend in the school, of course, classmate. And after I started going to the conversation club in the town, and I met many people there.
Oh, okay. So then when did you start feeling more relaxed? You were already, I think, I'm just imagining, just from my time here, the one advantage you had over most Japanese, you weren't afraid to hear. Because at the beginning, when you're first hearing a new language, you're afraid to even hear it.
Ah, that's right, yeah.
But that you could do.
Yeah.
Your only next hurdle was being able to put together sentences.
Yeah.
Right? So you had to change what you were telling yourself in your head and try to tell yourself in English instead of in Japanese. Were you going, 無理でしょとか、大変な、ちょっと待って、ちょっともうゆっくり話してくださいとか, you were thinking to yourself maybe. But then finally you got to the stage. So when did you feel like you had the breakthrough? And you felt like maybe were you sitting down with someone and you were talking, you went, I just said everything in English and I understood. Did that ever happen?
I think this conversation club in the town helped me a lot. Because every night, of course I don't need to go to every night, but when I go there, I always meet new people. So always start from like, nice to meet you, I'm from Japan, what are you doing? Everybody's like, most of people are international students. So we understand the situation each other, so easier to talk to. And
were they mostly from Asia?
Yeah, many Asian, but some like European or even Canadian, but from Montreal part.
Montreal, so they couldn't speak English.
Yeah.
There's a parlez-vous français?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we understand situation each other, then we can talk each other, and then getting more confident. And there's some like French Canadian people knows the Canadian friends, and they're like, now I can meet local people and start talking English and get confident little by little.
Okay. So you felt that was really worth it for you then, being there that 1 year was good for you.
Yeah.
So when you came back, what were you feeling like? What did you do when you came back from Canada?
Well, I was thinking my English was not enough to work, but also I want to speak because I study a lot there. And then I worked at hotel. But the hotel has many foreigner guests. I think actually that one gave me a lot of confidence. Because when I was in Canada, I feel like, sorry, my English not good. You need to speak me slower. And I'm gonna try to speak, but my conversation will be very slow. That I always felt like I'm sorry to speak them, but I wanna talk as well. But in hotel, like I'm in Japan, I'm Japanese, but I'm helping you. So like I need to speak, so please listen to me because I wanna help. So I need to talk with confidence to make them calm, relax, and also they're not Japanese, so it's like they're expecting they cannot speak like fluent. So I can get more like need to speak with confidence. This gives me the confidence to actually.
Because you're the only one that's speaking. None of your other staff could speak English.
Actually, many staff can speak English.
Really?
Yeah.
But still, the people that you're dealing with are foreigners that don't speak any Japanese.
Yeah.
So they're hungry for any English they can hear. So it made it easier for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's good. Did you have any... Well, that was easier. How long did you do that work?
About 1 year.
1 year. Then what happened from there?
I decided to go to Australia
Okay.
for working holiday.
Where?
I moved many places, start from Tasmania. I moved to Gold Coast.
You went to the island of Tasmania?
Yes.
Okay. You went there first.
Yes.
What made you decide to go to Tasmania?
Australia has some rule for working holiday. Normally working holiday is 1 year. But if we work at farming job or factory job, they're gonna give us 2 years of visa.
Okay. Is that what you got?
Yes.
And you stayed for 2 years in Australia?
But actually I left a little early, but more than 1 year.
Okay.
So to get the visa, I wanted to finish farming work first.
Right.
Then I had Tasmania is very good place, also has many farming job. That's why I went to Tasmania.
Was it good? Did
It
you
was
enjoy
very
it?
good, yeah.
And you got to speak English, Australian English in
Yes.
Tasmania. How was that for you? Because the accent is different. So that it had to be like, it's
Yeah,
like
it was-
listening to Gifu Ben and then Tokyo.
It was very difficult in the beginning.
Right.
But actually then, after farm, I moved to Gold Coast. When I was in Tasmania, I was feeling like, my English get worse because I was in Japan because I cannot listen well. And then I moved to Gold Coast. Actually, I can understand because they speak like easier, not much.
More understandable. It's not as
Yeah.
much of a accent as
Yes,
in Tanzania.
yes.
That's true. But the same thing in Japan, any country.
Yeah, I
Like
think
if you
so.
go to Kansai compared to Tokyo, it's different.
Totally.
Even Japanese don't understand some of the words they use.
Yeah.
Right? So I think every country has that. In America, it's the South that has
that's
words.
right, yeah, yeah.
Louisiana, Mississippi, New Orleans. You wouldn't understand if you're not from there. American people that speak English wouldn't understand. And in London, they have the same thing. You've come from Yorkshire or some of those other areas, you won't understand the colloquial, the regional way they speak. Because they give, like for example, in Tokyo, you say nasu,
Nasu.
right?
Eggplant?
For nasu, for the plant.
Nasu, hai.
But if you go to Gifu or to Kansai, they say nasubi.
Am
I right?
Right.
So if you don't know, what's nasubi? You forget that, what's nasubi? You never heard of it. What are you talking about? They use different terms, right?
Yeah.
So then you go to the Gold Coast, you stayed there not quite a year, and then, did you stay in Tasmania for a year?
No, like 4 or 5 months.
So then you stayed another 8 months or more in Gold Coast, because you said it was a little over a year.
I stay, like 7, 6, like about half a year there.
Okay.
And I start traveling around
By yourself? Oh, there are other
with
friends.
my friend.
Okay, with your friends, okay.
With my friend, like other friend, like and go up Cairns, going down again, and then ended up at the Perth.
In Perth, okay. And then you came back to Japan?
Yes.
What'd you do in Perth? That was just traveling. You didn't have any work.
I worked there too.
What'd you do?
In Perth, I did work Japanese restaurant.
Okay. Did you get to speak English?
Yeah.
Okay. And you got to speak Japanese too?
No, actually, it was Japanese restaurant. Do you know Pepper Lunch? It's a chain restaurant in Japan.
Okay.
They have a branch in Perth too.
Right.
So since it was like franchise, the owner was not Japanese. I think she was like Indonesian.
Okay, Indonesian.
The all
Okay.
staff are not Japanese actually.
And then they ran the franchise there.
Yeah.
So then when you came back to Japan, what did you do?
And then I started working at the gym. The bouncer.
Okay, the
Rebounder,
yes?
yeah.
Okay. What made you, how'd you get into that? Because you're doing something, none of the stuff you've done up till then is gym related. All of a sudden now you're doing gym. Why? Are you married now? Now you are,
yeah,
but I mean
yes.
then, when you did Rebounder. Had you gotten,
Yes.
You were already married. So is your husband Japanese? I'm just curious.
My husband is Brazilian.
Brazilian, okay.
Yeah, actually I met him in Australia.
Okay. I had a feeling something like that. Because you see you're married. I said, okay. I want to hear where in the journey that happened. What was he doing in Australia?
He was a student.
Okay. So you guys met there, and then he came back to Japan with you?
Yes,
All right. And then did you get married before you came back?
before.
Your parents were okay?
Yes, they were surprised, but okay.
Your parents are very liberal, no problem. What about his parents? Were they okay?
Yeah. I
Usually
think
for
so.
the guy, it's not so much a problem. It's usually for the girl.
Yeah.
It's a problem. But then you're number 2,
Yeah,
and you got married before your older sister.
that's right.
That's not a problem?
Yeah, looks like no. Not in my family.
How long have you been married?
About 8 years.
What does your husband do?
In Japan now,
Yes.
he works at office.
Okay. Does he speak Japanese?
He understands.
Okay.
But he say he speaks little. Actually, I think he speaks, but what he says like I'm not comfortable with speaking.
He doesn't have to in his office?
No.
Okay, he can speak only in English.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. So you come back, you decided to work because you just wanted to, and you wanted to do Rebounder, and what made you get into Rebounder?
I was always interested in fitness too because I like the sports. I was moving my body. And I started searching how can I work at the fitness shop. And the place I found was a Rebounder.
Was it in Tokyo? Of course.
Yeah.
All right. So what did you do? You just went around, they show you the program and set you up, and do they give you the students, or do you have to get your own students?
They have a studio.
Okay. So you just have to come to the studio.
Yep.
They get all the students. So
That's
they
right,
just
that's
pay
right.
you by the hour or something.
Yeah,
It's
like
not
a
by how
monthly,
many-
yeah.
Right. So it's not by how many students. That
No.
doesn't affect you. Okay. Freelance is by how many students you get.
It depends.
Oh, that's right. Because you can go to a studio too. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Where they already have students.
Yeah.
So what percentage of yours now is freelance? And I mean, what percentage is studio, and what percentage do you have to get your own people now?
I think now mostly like I contract with the gym studio. So it doesn't matter how many students.
Okay.
But some gym has a like commission. Like if you get this number of people, we pay this much. If the
If they
student
like
was like less or more, they change a little bit. Like depends on the week.
Right. Because I think basically what they want to do is to have instructors who the students like.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really have a good personality and everything, and more people come in, they say we'll give you more.
Yeah.
If they leave, we're going to tell you to leave too. Right?
Unfortunately.
They won't say that, but that happens. So when did you start teaching here?
2-3 years ago.
You've been here that long? I don't think I've ever seen you.
Because I only come for the class.
You only come for the class, then you go. So you're very businesslike. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
You don't. Well, there's no reason to hang around, really. If you're not a member, there's no reason to hang around. You just do what you do and then go back. So how did you decide? What made you decide to come to the American Club?
Actually, it was a suggestion from my friend and also my family. My husband used to work here, And he left, but he was like, you speak English and you teach class. They always have a fitness class. And also his friends like, oh yeah, we have a fitness class. Why don't you come? And they invited to the Alex about me.
What year did he work here?
Sorry?
When did he work here?
Actually, before I started working here.
What was he doing?
At the bowling?
He was in the bowling alley? I may have seen him once or twice. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Did you tell him that you were going to do a podcast with me?
Yeah.
Did you see my picture?
He said like he never met you, but he
probably didn't.
feel like maybe know the face like
I think so. Yeah. Because I don't, when I'm giving people tours sometimes, and most of the staff, when I was president, of course everyone knew me. Because I ate with the staff about once every 2 months. I would eat there, and I'd go anywhere in the club. So I'd be in the back of the house. I'd go back and forth. So I know every part of this club. And that's how I did it. Even the temporary club, because I was president there for 2 years.
oh,
And then they reelected me to open this facility. So the first 2 years of this, I was president. So I got to cut the ribbon. Everything. It was nice.
ooh.
It was really, really nice. So what do you do now? So how many classes do you teach now? You teach 5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
In TAG, you mean?
No, just general.
General. I think around 50. I don't remember.
Not how many people,
like,
but how many
like
classes.
Between 15 and 20, I think.
So you teach 15 classes a day. What do you see yourself in the future doing?
That's a good question. Now I'm wondering this all the time. Because I don't know. I like my job. I want to keep going. But also, like, I'm already quite satisfied with my work too. So I feel like I would need to find something, other stuff too. That's what I'm doing now, actually.
Like what would you think? What kind of areas are you interested in? Is it also sports related, or is it more arts?
Maybe it can be outside of sports.
Such as?
I don't know. I have no idea, actually.
What's your degree in? When you graduated with what kind of degree? International
International studies.
studies. That's the degree. Did you go to school for 3 or you went for 4 years?
4 years,
University?
yes.
Was it a university that most people know?
I think so.
Which one is it?
Tokai University.
Tokai. Okay. A Tokai girl. Don't you have a baseball team too?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They are more famous for sports and
It's like Nitai.
yeah.
Because when I worked at a Nitai, I worked out there before. You may not remember because you're probably too young. Their gymnasium burned down. And I was working out just before that happened. I was working out in the old gym. So I haven't been to their new gym. Because I used to go there. I worked out in their gym for 3 years. 3 years because I was a teacher at the American school. Yeah. You didn't know about, how did your parents know about, oh, because of your husband? Well, most people don't know about the American Club.
Really?
Most people don't know. You mean all your friends knew when you told them you work at the American Club, they know what it is?
Not all my friends.
I say most don't know.
Actually, I didn't know before.
That's what I'm thinking.
I got to know the place when I start searching at work, like when I type in like English, Tokyo fitness, or the Tokyo I can use English job opening or something like this.
Right.
It's job. So I have seen the name. But actually, my parents knows about it.
Why?
I have no idea.
Do both your parents speak English?
My father, I think both speak English.
Okay. Did you guys ever travel and stuff together as a family?
Yeah, when we were kids.
Where would you go?
We went to travel every year, but for other country, I remember we went to Thailand and Singapore, but Singapore I don't remember much.
Okay, you were really young then.
Yeah,
Okay. But Thailand, you remember?
little, yes.
Okay. But you traveled around Japan a lot,
Yeah, Japan.
different places, to look at flowers and stuff like that, waterfalls,
Yeah.
nature. Yeah, that's something I really appreciate about coming to Japan. My wife is very much like that. The Japanese really have a strong relationship with nature.
Do you think so?
I think so. And that's why, like, if you ask Japanese sometimes, what is kami-sama? They say it's nature. You know, because there's no face to kami-sama, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I think Japanese think it's nature. That's kami-sama. And I like that. So when you go to Kyoto or Nikko and areas like that, it's so beautiful. And you feel it.
Yeah,
I think so, don't you?
I think so too.
Yeah. Do you like living in Japan, or is there some other place you'd rather live?
I like living in Japan, but I also want to live in other country too.
Where?
I want to experience new place too, but also I want to go to Brazil as well.
You've never been?
I've been there. I lived like about 1 year.
With your husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like their weather and the food and people.
A little more touchy, more in your face.
Yeah. Very much. Not a little. Compared to Japan.
It's
not,
overflow.
yeah. Yeah, compared to maybe other country, a little bit more. But compared to Japan, like much more.
Completely opposite.
Yeah, totally.
Here's no touch, there's touch.
Yeah.
Completely different. A lot of Japanese live in Brazil.
Yes, yes.
A lot. A lot have just made that their home for generations.
Yeah.
Right. You see them walking around and say, it's Japanese, but funki chotto chugao desho. A little bit different. I've known a lot of, not a lot, but I've known a few that have come back to live here. But they say their insides are different now because the food is so different. And they just, it was an interesting, like you said, it's just gyak, it's different.
Yeah. But the funny thing is when, for example, my husband looks like not Japanese at all. So everybody can know like he's from, not outside of Japan, he's a foreigner. But when I was in Sao Paulo, like I look like Brazilian because there are many Japanese Brazilians.
So they all thought you were Brazilian. They start speaking to you in Portuguese, right?
Yes, exactly.
Can you speak any Portuguese?
Like very few. So when they start talking to me Portuguese, I was like, I don't understand. But they were like,
they expect you to, and they keep on talking as if they think you know what they're saying.
Yes.
And you're going, okay. You can move your body like they do, but you don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, that was like interesting experience, but so many times happened.
But did it make you feel like if you stayed there for a long time, you'd really learn quick?
I don't know. I hope so, but
you understand, because they're talking to you all the time. It's not like in Japan. If you don't say anything, they're not going to say anything to you.
Yeah, that's true.
So
they talk to me all the time.
Right. So you'll learn enough words to come through because they'll keep on speaking to you. That's the difference. And in America, I don't know if it's still like that, but it used to be when I was young. Americans would speak, so anyone that went to America would learn. But I know many people that come to Japan and never speak Japanese. So there's a question before I end the podcast. Yuka, there's always a question I like to ask everyone. If you could magically go back in time and meet the younger Yuka and give her advice, what advice would you give her and how old would she be?
I gonna meet Yuka like 70 years old. And I would...
When she's 7 or 17?
17.
17, okay.
And I would say speak more, study more English and choose the major you like for the uni. Because the international studies I liked, but also I feel like if I could go fitness that time, I would know about more about fitness now.
Oh, so maybe if you're taking biology or something like that, something about about the body, nutrition, something like that.
Because when I was high school, my high school was quite good at sports too. Like many sports gym goes to the in the high, and then I felt like many friends are much better than me. So there's no spot for like sports kind of major for me. But actually, like when I left the high school, like just my friends are very good, but many students in the like Taiku Daigaku was like same as me or like know about sports less than me. Then I realized why I didn't try. Yeah, but also like I'm proud I didn't stop studying English too. So I want to say both, like do what you want to do and study a little more English already.
That's beautiful. Remember this, it's never too late.
Yeah,
you still can do it. And now it's easier to learn about all that than it was when you were in school.
Yeah, I think so.
And you don't even have to get a degree. You just can find out online. You can find out everything you want to know and much more. Thank you so much, Yuka.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I want to thank all of you for watching or listening to this podcast. And never forget, it's all on loan, so continue to reach for the stars.
Because you were too blessed to be stressed.